So close, so close. Yay. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. We are back again for another sensuous, vivacious, voluptuous, and powerful Wines and Chocolates episode. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Kountess of Kabernet.
And together we are
Wines and Chocolates.
And every Sunday we love nothing more but to come to you with a new pairing, a new fresh idea of how to enjoy wine, food, or whatever the case is, because you can pair wine with anything. And we are here to simply try different things, because that's how you learn. All right, everyone. And we're just here to try for you. So if you guys have any suggestions for your wine pairs, please send those in to the Wines and Chocolate Show at gmail.com. You can also follow us at the Wine and Chocolate Show on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and all things. Thank you so much, everybody who's been liking, subscribing, following, commenting, all the things. We have a fun show for you planned today. We're going to be playing some games. We also, took a little drive to our local wine grocer out here in Kansas City called The Wine Pairing. And we had the pleasure of meeting the owner, actually, of the establishment. His name is Matt. And, we just were able to go in there and talk to him. And actually, they have a really huge sale going on this weekend. So if you're out here in Kansas City, make sure you check them out. The Pairing. Down there, Crossroads area.
Downtown.
Yes, downtown, exactly. And yeah, just help them out, 50% off. We got a little video that we're going to check out later. But in the meantime, I think we should go ahead and introduce the wine first. So the wine that we have today is actually from the Pairing, and it's
a local winery.
Very large.
Yes.
This bottle.
Almost a magnum.
Almost. Yes.
Almost.
What is it?
1.5
liters.
So 1.5 liters.
Okay. So yes, any KU fans out here, shout out to Manos.
Manos.
Manos. This is the Championship Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon.
2022.
Says on April 4th, 2022, the University of Kansas Jayhawks defeated. Okay. The UNC Tar Heels. I know that hurts somebody out there. Okay. Yeah, so it's 13.5%. I mean, hey, I'm excited about it. This has a wax top too. So you guys, you're really gonna have to do a little
work.
Extra. Yeah. A little
work to open it up.
And to pop this bad boy up. And so let's first pour. Right. It sounds lovely. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's very red and luscious. We thought it was going to be a bubbly.
You did. We did.
I don't know why we thought that.
Because it was big and gold. That's why.
We're very spoiled with the gala.
Yeah.
Speaking of the gala, we are ambassadors with the with the Boisset collection. And if you do want to support us, support the show, you can actually become a Wine Society member. All you got to do is order 3 bottles every 3 months. You can skip, do all the things. It's free to join. Again, you just order your wine, enjoy it, get your discounts, support your girls. Okay, that's a good membership right there.
Membership.
Shout out to the Wine Society. Enjoy you some good wine with your friends. This is really good. This is not tannic at all. I don't know if it's because it's been in the refrigerator or what.
Probably. I got a lot of pepper. It's very spicy.
It's spicy, but there's it's smooth. It's delicious.
It is very smooth.
I love it. Yeah. So before we get to our chocolate, just want to really quickly shout out our sponsors. Shout out to Don and Bell. Okay, y'all make sure y'all check out whiskeystormcore.com. the online gaming community, which we have a little fun game we're going to play later on in the show. So stick around. You guys will get to play too at home.
Yes.
Okay? You guys.
We're figuring it out. We want to be more interactive with y'all.
Yes.
We need more things to do. So, yes.
And with that, well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yes. And make sure you guys check out asqueens.com, the online boutique store. You know, Mother's Day in the past, y'all acted a damn fool. I don't know what. So maybe there needs to be apology gifts or something. Go on there, get you, handbags, get your scarf, little necklace, something. You need something.
Mama, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes,
Mama.
Yes. So now our chocolates, the Lindt chocolates. Do you want to talk about them, friend?
I mean,
nothing much to say.
Nothing much to say.
Did we do these before?
Not these particularly, I don't think, but we have done Lindt several times before because we B.O.B. on here. We bottle on a budget. So Lindt has came through several times for us, and this is not one of those exceptions. So we are here using that because this. To be frank, this whole episode is kind of pieced together. Yeah. Because our favorite word here is pivot. So as the goddess was talking about earlier about the pairing and this massive sale that they have going on is because unfortunately they are going out of business. And they're going out of business for a few different reasons. Number one, mainly competition. The big box stores, buying them out and stuff, and people are rather go in there. They cut them better deals, intentionally they're cutting them out. And then also the tariffs. Tariffs, because a lot of this is imported. Thankfully, this was a local winery, but 9 times out of 10, a good 80% of the stock in any liquor store worth its weight in salt is going to be imported. Your scotches, your bourbons, your champagnes, all that stuff's gonna be imported. So you do have a chance to go down there until the 24th of this month, which is May 24th. Everything is 50% off because everything must go. So we found this big, lovely bottle, which we thought was bubbles, but no, nonetheless. So then that just made me have to put on my thinking cap and go out and see what we can get with this. And we'll also be showing you our new collection that we got coming up for the next 3 episodes. We're going to be doing a collection on that, and that goes into all that. But all that to say, support your local grocers, support your local liquor stores, because the thing that was really cool about the pairing is that they didn't just sell spirits. They also sold like food. They had a bar in the back that you could do pours. They did charcuterie boards. You could actually go in there and have like a time. Then in the front was a grocery, like a little small grocery. It was really, really cool. That's something you cannot get at Total Wine. That's something you cannot get at Target or Costco or anywhere else. So,
shall we show them the video?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it to that.
All right.
So this is Matt, the owner of the pairing, and he's just going to share some thoughts.
The Kountess and I stopped at our local wine grocer at the pairing, where we actually got to meet the owner, Matt, where he told us about what's going on lately in the store.
We were discussing where we're going out of business. We only had a couple weeks left after about a 6-year run, close to it, and wrapping things up. And I guess just so everybody knows exactly, lately what businesses are going through. It's no secret. Businesses are shutting down left and right now. One of the things, the biggest things that affected us, big franchise liquor stores like Total Wine, Costco's, Targets. That stuff has been really, really bad for small businesses, even larger but local independent businesses. I won't mention names, but I know there's other larger liquor stores around the city who have been here for decades, and they are struggling right now as well. So it's extra hard for like really, really small upstarts. And that was one factor. And then also just the tariffs. This is not the first time we've dealt with tariffs, even though they aren't really quite feeling the effects of it yet. We know what's coming in the next few weeks. But these tariffs came down right around the pandemic, and the first time, and we saw prices go through the roof. And when you have especially shop, vineyard wine, spirits, whatnot, it comes from overseas. And so you're going to see what's already expensive products just get more and more expensive. And so we knew these tariffs were coming. He said from day one what they were going to do. And so we're kind of glad they're getting out of the business now while we can, because I'm afraid it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I want to stay in the liquor business. My passion is still wine, spirits, and beer to some extent. I'll always be that guy that loves to bury his nose in a glass of wine and dissect it. I want to stay in the business. We will be here until Saturday. I just said the date. What was that? The 24th? Yeah. That's going to be our final day of operation. We're here 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Everything in the store is half off. Everything's got to go. Make it a win for both of us. Come take advantage of the sales and get this stuff out for people. My only hope is that people learn to drink a small independent shop and see what some other options are, because a good portion of wines available in the market, something you don't find in your conventional, again, Targets, Costco's, grocery stores. There are a lot of great brands out there that are individually like oh, you're supporting actual farmers. And this country, we talk about supporting farmers all the time. You can do that by buying wines that are still independently owned. And so that's my big thing is try and find other stuff out there than what you're being told to drink, because there's a lot of great stuff in the market. I would like to see the market grow personally. And if I'm in this business at all any level, that's the direction that I'll always push. I wouldn't take a job that I had to sell something I wasn't passionate about. So.
Well, thank you, Matt. We appreciate it.
All right. Well,
straight from the horse's gift.
Well,
okay. Yeah. So
well.
Please, and that's why we support BOB so much on this show, because you never know what you're gonna find. Just go outside of your comfort zone. You don't always have to go to like the biggest, biggest chain store, because most of the things that you find that are great are going to be at those little nook and cranny places. So
yeah, he didn't want to, you could tell he didn't really want to get into politics of it all, but you can hear in his voice how frustrated he was as a small business owner. The pressure that people are feeling. Not only do you have to deal with these gigantic, monopolized brands or whatever, but then you can't even depend on your government to have your back with certain things. And so our heart really just goes out to them. Again, support your local wine store, your local whoever, winery, your farmer, all distiller. The things, right? Like we're all trying to figure it out and make it. Again, those independent wineries, Raymond is independently owned, and Buena Vista is independently owned, and LVE is independently owned. There's these small, Elizabeth Spencer, these really small wineries need you guys, right? Like to buy their wine, and Costco and all in Walmart or Target. Like they don't need their own wine. Like Costco having its own wine is crazy. And I love Costco. Okay. Target, y'all kind of on my shit list right now, but at the end of the day, it just sucks being the little man, the little guy, because I've definitely just in my own self dealt with that. We're even going more towards virtual things, you know what I'm saying? Because of all of the just chaos in everybody's life, finances are tough for everyone. And so again, we just want to try to support, especially our local people, but we just want to support business people in general, because we got to do this together if we're going to make it. I know a lot of us want to like be in the whole competition thing, and that's out there too. There's a time and a place for that, but honestly, we can still be there for one another and support each other. So make sure you guys check them out. Go out there this Saturday. It's closing down its doors, child. So get it in, child, because we got this for 50% off. Okay. This mug is like $60. Okay.
It's 70.
And I got it for at the thing it was $50, and I got it for $25.
Yep.
So,
and if you buy from the winery directly, it was $69.99.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all, if y'all like deals and things like that, get you some wine from there. If you're out here in the Kansas City area, you're visiting. Shout out to Matt. He was so nice to us. As soon as we walked in, he was the sweetest. So yeah, that's our. Shall we do our first question?
Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Because this is bother. Okay. All right, there we go.
Okay. Let's.
Well, before we do our first question,
yes.
we haven't introduced the game. We haven't told them what's
That's
going
true.
on. They
That's
have
true.
the QR.
You're
How
so
they're going
right.
to do it?
You're so right. Where are my manners? Okay, so you guys, we wanted to create something that was a little bit more interactive for y'all at home. If you want to learn a little bit more about wine and just do it in a fun way, okay? This is the game for you. So get your phones out. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a good 5 seconds. Get it together. So find whatever tablet, child, get your whatever, something to scan this QR code with. Because what we're gonna do is you're gonna scan the code, you're gonna put your name in, and you're going to guess the right answers. And the winner of this game will receive some wine and chocolate inspired prizes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So make sure you put your name down. Okay, so we can make sure to hit you up at the end of this.
Yes.
Okay.
And before we get into the game, let's get into our chocolates.
Yes.
Let's get into our tasting.
Go ahead.
Okay. So for the record, we have a milk chocolate. Hold them up for me. Milk chocolate nougat wafer heart. I'm at the individual ones.
Oh,
yeah, that's the heart in the front.
Okay.
Then we have the milk chocolate cup with praline, cream, and hazelnut pieces. Yep. We then have the dark chocolate with caramel, cream, and almond pieces. The long one. Yep.
Yum.
Next up, we have the milk chocolate cup with macchiato cream.
Like a little star.
I'm a star. And then lastly, the dark end milk chocolate with caramelized hazelnut pieces. Very nice.
All right.
Okay, so which one of those would you like to start with first?
I'm gonna get one heart though. What kind of bullshit is that?
I know. This must be the grand finale, child.
I'm gonna cut it in half. Well, let's start with the heart since that's the one that's we have to share.
Okay. Use the plate.
Oh, you're right.
This is easy to cut.
It was. Okay. Here's the inside. Very thick, like us. Smells a little nutty. Peanut buttery.
Kind of.
Creamy.
I'll give like a crisp something.
All right. Ready? That was a crisp right now. Kind of graham crackery.
I'm getting Rice Krispie.
Yeah. Oh, that was really good. It's kind of like a crunch bar. I like that. Delicious.
That made it tannic for me.
Yeah? Huh. Not for me. It was very smooth.
Some bite going on there. I like the crispy.
Yeah.
Crispy crunchies.
Yeah, the crispy crunchies is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A
little heat.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, I'm getting something. Something kicking back.
Yeah.
So that's definitely
get a little warm.
And
you know, Kabernet does that. It does that. But with this chocolate, it was like turned it up.
Definitely need some meat.
Yeah. We need some
meatballs.
Some
pepper steak.
Yeah.
Need some onions and mushrooms or something.
Spaghetti with this for sure.
Yeah.
Arrabbiata.
Some spicy
garlic.
Yes.
Some real thick garlic.
Bruschetta. I think so.
See how this garlic bread doesn't here. Dip it in some shit and see what happens.
Okay, guys. So let us know if you got your phones ready. Give us a 1 in the chat, and whatever chat you're in. If you got your phone ready, go ahead and just give us a 1.
Yep.
And we're going to get started. While we get those responses, let's talk about
what the fuck is going
I'm
on.
going to let you decide what we're going to start off talking about.
I just would like to go ahead and get this DDG thing out the way.
DDG?
Yes. So, let me not say it like that. So, DDG proved us all right. No, I'm just playing. Okay, I didn't want to say it, but he came. Well, basically, Halle Bailey filed a restraining order the past couple days, and I guess she also asked for temporary sole custody. And he cannot film about their child and cannot speak about what's going on stream. All things I agree with.
Yes. We were against you streaming that baby from the beginning. Jump.
Yeah. I mean, quite honestly, and your response
to any of
my God. It was just so bad. Like when he said, my parents posted their kids. What's wrong with them? Cancel them. I'm like, first of all, sir, the fact that you are literally upset because you cannot clout chase off of your child and you are making it so obvious. Like, sir, you don't have to post them though. You can quietly.
I thought you were DDG. I thought you were a top streamer.
Right. Can't you post about anything else?
Millions of streams. I thought you didn't need
Why do you have to post about Halo? Why do you you really don't have to? Actually, you are DDG and you don't have to, and that's why I really don't understand this response. I really wish you would have honestly not only not said nothing, but having your brother and your sister and your family basically come out and try to secure their check, because quite honestly, that's all that this is to me. This has nothing to do with their nephew. This has nothing to do with anything. This has everything to do with y'all not being able to get some sort of check of some sort from the street.
This is a clout chasing family.
Yeah. Everyone's clout chasing each other.
That's wild to say. And they're basically trying to prop it up. They're not even really helping their brother out in a form of, my brother would never do that.
Yeah.
My brother's not that kind of guy. They're trying to paint every picture to prove that Halle deserves everything that their brother did, instead of saying that my brother would never do. That's how I know we have lost the plot. That's how I know you did what you did. That's how I know you're okay with what you did. You come from a family of degenerates. And what are we supposed to do with that information?
So other folk have dug up, because y'all love digging up the past. Okay, and quite frankly, I'm here for it. If no one, especially if people have not learned from their past.
Yes.
If people have learned from their past and y'all dig it up, it don't really do nothing. But when people exhibit patterns that they have not yet learned from, I love when y'all dig this shit up, because it just be like, yes, girl, what is going on? So basically, DDG's old video, some video that this, I don't know her name, she's an influencer or whatever. She's really pretty. She's got pretty eyes, all things. So you could see back in 2017 why she was all of it. Yeah, she was that girl. So anyway, she's at this restaurant, she's eating, and then all of a sudden DDG just pulls up and he just sits down with her. She's like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, how did you know I was here? And he was like, I saw you on Snap. I saw your Snap, and then I saw over in the bushes over there that you were having lunch. And so then I came up, and she was like, you didn't want to text me and see first? Well, he didn't say over in the bushes, but he was like, over there, I was watching you. And she turned it, and it was some bushes. And I'm like, not you was in the bushes, nigga. But anyway, so she was like, we're going to have a serious conversation off camera. She was like, because you feeling entitled that you could just come sit with me, it's just giving abuse. Okay. And that's exactly what happened. You were entitled. You felt entitled to Halle. You felt entitled to her womb. You felt entitled to oh, you get to see your son whenever you want to. And I'm so sorry, dads out there. I'm so fucking sorry. Actually, matter of fact, I'm not sorry. Y'all did this to yourselves. You did this to yourselves. And I know that, yes, this is also your child. But guess what? That's also her child. So it's actually both of y'all.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's not just yours and they just hers.
And you
it's
cannot
y'all's.
Monopolize the other parent's time.
No.
You cannot control what the other parent is doing, especially when you are not an active parent. Because a lot of, not even a lot, everything that DDG has done from the time that Halo has been conceived has been performative. All this, I want to see my son riling up your fan base to attack her, then backtracking, trying to backhand it. Oh, guys, don't attack her. But you set it up for her to be attacked. I can't see my son. She won't let me see you. You're painting a picture of a father, I use that loosely, being obstructed, and you're not. The thing is, the one of the last blow-ups y'all had before this was when her and that baby were sick. You made a whole thing out of her and that baby having RSV, highly contagious. But you didn't care about any of that because you wanted to see your son. If you really cared about your son, you would have cared about his health and his well-being of him and the mother and be like, okay, do y'all need anything since you live so far away?
And
which was another shit. Oh, I live so far. Whose fault is that? You make all this money, whatever. You have all this access. You could easily get you a little condo, buy Halo to be closer. No, you don't want to because you want to do fucking shenanigans on the internet with loose women and dum-dum.
Or you probably just want to make it harder for her for just absolutely no reason. And that's the thing that y'all do.
That's all it is.
Y'all get these women pregnant just to make their lives hard for no reason. And I don't understand that. I don't, because in that, then you in turn make your life hard because then there's all this other traumatic snowball effect that happens. So DDG, and let me just real quick before we move on, Kountess, I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you got your little streamer academy and things, and university and all those things. I think you're on the wrong side of history with this.
Why you say that?
I think you're on the wrong side of history with this. While I understand that DDG is a pioneer in this industry and all the things, and you want to have all the niggas at the thing, like a Power Rangers or something like that, or like the Avengers, like, oh yeah, we all pulled up and we defeated Thanos. I get it, but there will be more. You know what I'm saying? Right now, having him a part of this, I don't feel is a good look at this particular time. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he has to be excluded from everything forever in life. I'm not saying, I don't know the situation. I'm not trying to cancel the boy.
So
I really don't even give a shit.
Involved in his streamer college or something?
Yes, he picked a number of streamers to be part of this university situation. DDG was part of that. And I'm not upset about it. I just, for Kai, again, you don't want certain things overshadowing your success.
And if you are savvy, I think you need to be savvy in this moment and understand this is your time to shine.
And understand that certain things, like trying to prove that you're down and you're loyal, it's not, baby.
It's not.
You don't have to do that. You've done it.
You
don't have to.
You have your own platform. You don't have to do this.
Yes. And DDG needs to figure out his life. And again, it's not to say that you're just like, fuck that nigga forever. But right now, it's just not a good look for you. Just saying. Anywho.
Okay. Let's let me see if we only got one.
Let's do it.
We only have one contestant.
Let's pull it up. Oh.
We better have some more contestants, guys. I hope we have some more contestants.
Let's pull it up. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh no.
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Scan the QR code, friends. Go ahead. Scan the QR code.
If you're on another platform, where can they actually see the screen?
So this is on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch right now.
So go to the Wines and Chocolate Show on either one of those platforms.
I can pull it up for here on Bigo too. Let me just do this real quick for Bigo. Y'all get to see what Bigo look like. Bigo get to see what y'all look like. Go ahead and do it, y'all. Click the little QR code. We're going to do this for Kiki's too. Go ahead. Yep, get it in now. All right. If you didn't do it, you didn't do it, and the fuck it is what it is. But hopefully next time you'll join us. Okay? All right. With that, oh shit. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Whoops. We have got to get better at that.
Oh man.
Anyway, it's all right. With that, we have our game. Are you all ready? Let's get started. Here we go. All right, so I'll read the question.
I don't think the players
Like
are ready to join.
The multifaceted tapestry. Oh,
yeah, they weren't
go
ready.
Back.
Yeah. Because when it started, we need to see who was actually in there.
Oh.
We gotta wait for players to join.
I see. You're right about that. I didn't even notice that part. All right, so go ahead, guys. Get in.
So while you guys are doing that, we want people to join.
Yes.
We're going back to our chocolates. Let's go into this dark chocolate with caramel cream.
This one here?
Almond pea sauce. Oh. Yes, the long one.
Yum.
All right. Very. I love the smell.
Crunchy. Yep.
It's like a Cadbury. You didn't eat the right one.
Oh.
I said the long one.
Oh. Damn. Still delicious. No raspberry with that one. What you getting?
Honey.
Honey.
Toffee. Or no, butterscotch.
Not seeing anyone inside yet. Let's see. Let me text you. Let's see.
So, black fatigue.
Yes.
I don't think we touched on this last week.
No, we didn't. We weren't here last week.
We sure weren't. Sure weren't. So, folks have tried to come up with a new term.
Yep.
Just to say that they don't like black people. And they're calling it black fatigue. Okay. So first off, let's start off with white people doing what they do best and colonizing things that weren't theirs. Black fatigue is actually already a term that was coined, I believe, in 2017 by a black scholar. And black fatigue is actually black people's fatigue of experiencing racism in America through microaggressions, through laws, through social constructs, and all sorts of things. It's just the mental undertaking of the daily black person. And they're dealing with whiteness and racism, right? So white people said, nope, we're gonna hijack it, we're gonna take it, and we're gonna call it black fatigue. But it's not gonna mean that anymore. It's gonna mean white people, and they like to code it as plus others. It's not even just black people. Everybody has black fatigue, meaning that they're tired of the ghetto behavior, the ratchetness, what else? The loud talking, the fighting, the ghetto behavior. And a lot of them told on themselves because they said, and that's not even just limited to Black people, but every example that they gave of being tired of loud, ghetto, ratchet was Black people.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with MAGA because they ghetto as hell. Has nothing to do with MS-13. Has nothing to do with any other type of gang or anything like that. It's just all Black people being lumped together and everybody collectively being tired of Black people rightfully complaining about racism and things of that nature. Yeah. This also spawned because that lady who called a 5-year-old autistic child the N-word.
Oh my Lord.
And almost raised $1 million, which I still believe she may have access to.
Yep.
And those people were so emboldened by saying, yeah, we're tired of them too.
Yep.
And they're using Black fatigue in this lady's situation as another way to be outwardly racist and to just say, we don't want to be accountable for the things we say, and we want to go back to not being able to publicly have to care about your feelings. And that's what it is.
And I'm just so, I am just tired. It's like, y'all come up with new ways to exhaust people.
Fatigue.
My God, like, how do you make us feel bad for you being tired, for you harassing us? This is some sick shit. And that's really the other thing I wanted to talk about today. Where we are as humans, for y'all to be so upset with Hallie. Hallie is quite literally the most non-issue person.
Least confrontational,
non-issue having, don't cause no problem, don't want to smoke with nobody, don't want to talk to nobody about it. How do y'all find Hallie to be the problem?
Because it's the love of men.
How?
It's the love of men.
How? Y'all are really sick.
It's the love of men. It's the love of men and the hatred of women. And that's just the end of the story. Same thing with, your boy getting poked up and in the pokey. Tory Lanez.
We will get there.
Nothing has nothing to do with nothing. It's the shit y'all want to do.
All right, friends. I know we don't have very many people, but we still got the QR code up. So, like the multifaceted tapestry of Black people's talent, history, and culture, this light-bodied red wine is often described as having complex layers of raspberry, sometimes earthy, or spicy undertones. Your options are Pinot Noir, Chianti, Bordeaux, and Chardonnay. Well, we have the correct answer, Pinot Noir. All right, let's stop sharing for now, and we can talk about the other chocolates.
Okay, so I guess I will catch up to you. Yes. It's the wrong chocolate, and you eat the other one.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, damn it.
So the one that we're supposed to do now is the dark air milk chocolate with caramelized hazelnut pieces, and she's now doing the cream and caramel one again.
This tastes like a Werther's.
Yeah, that's also that butterscotch.
Oh yeah, that's good. Woo! All right. Let me make sure I'm sharing this now since we got them both in there. You guys online, make sure you scan the QR code for the game. This is the first question. It's all right if you missed it. Go ahead and scan it. Get inside. Y'all got to figure it out. Okay, I don't know what to tell y'all. Maybe you know what? Next time I'm posting on my wall or something. So what you getting? What notes you getting, friend?
Like a raisin. Like a raisin. Like rum raisin.
I didn't get raisin with it. That's interesting.
Definitely brought out the fruit.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of fruit. Still spicy. This is a spicy bit.
Yeah, she's a spicy girl. Spice girl. All right.
I love the spice girls.
I do too. That
What
was
a time.
Yeah. What a time to be live for sure.
Spice up your life.
Okay. So,
well,
next,
I guess we got to talk about you. Oh, never mind. You going to the next question?
Oh, we can wait some more. What do we want to?
How many? We got 5 questions. We need to move on. She says she's having trouble with the link. Try to refresh it when you try to refresh it.
Yes. Try that. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that people are trying to get on. That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Okay.
So yes, what was the next one we talking
about?
Tori. Oh. Okay, so really, I don't have much about this. The only thing I wanted to say about the whole Tory Lanez situation, I hope that he doesn't die. And I hope that all of you that still want him to be set free do. No, I'm just playing. No, but really, no, I'm just joking. But no, seriously, like you guys, this whole situation, y'all that are like, well, the bodyguard heard Kelsey say that she stabbed him, y'all can all go to hell because you had ample opportunity to get your ass up there and say that shit. We asked you for that for 2 solid years.
Missing. How the fuck can you go missing during a trial?
All of a sudden,
and not
when
have
your boy needed you the most.
What?
Please fucking miss me with this shit. I don't understand how y'all can be so ridiculous. Anyway.
But yeah, I don't think the stabbing had anything to do with the retaliation for Megan. I personally believe because Tory Lanez has always just been a habitual line stepper and a bite more off than he can chew ass type of guy. And he thinks that he's the shit. He went to jail and found the fuck out. I feel that's what's happened to him. I feel like he overstepped some boundaries. He ran afoul of the wrong person, and he thought he was still outside with regular civilians and realized that he was in there with niggas that have really killed people and have really sold real drugs and have like really done real things. You are a fake gangster. You pulled up on some internet YouTube nigga feeling tough. The baby is tougher than you, nigga. The baby is literally tougher than you.
He actually killed someone.
He actually killed somebody and beat up more than one person on camera and still went home to see his children. And he is fucked up over Megan as well, too. His career ain't been the same since. Did that stupid shit with you, pulling you up on the stage, helping you violate a court order. That's one thing. Look at who we're talking about here. Look at the material. Look what this nigga did from the date of accusal to the time he got locked up through the trial. He kept showing his ass. He's a person that does not believe the law applies to him. He's a person that believes he could talk his way out of everything. He's a person that believes he could buy his way out of things, reason his way, or quote unquote do fake street shit to get his way. So no, he clearly deserved to be stabbed. I guarantee you he deserved to get stabbed, and it had nothing to do with Megan, but I'm quite sure she enjoyed a few belly laughs.
I mean, I don't know why y'all think that has anything to do with Megan.
Because they hate her. They hate her.
She literally is the Nene Leakes gift where it's like, no, why am I?
Like,
I didn't even do that.
But you like the same question you had about why is everybody hating Hallie? It's just easier to hate the woman.
Yes.
It's easier to hate, which I don't understand because collectively we know that abuse is more male towards female.
Yes.
So when it is proven true, y'all still act like, oh, well, okay. That's when I just got to get out the game. That's just why I got to get. At a certain point, I stopped going back and forth with them about the trial.
Yeah, no.
I had to stop because you just want something to be true that isn't. And regardless of whether he was actually convicted of shooting her or not, he was still going to jail. He is a foreigner who has a felony with a gun in a state that does not play about gun charges. It was the state of California versus Daystar Peterson. Nothing. Meg literally was a material witness for them to put this nigga away for everything. So yeah,
he literally, all he had to do was get up there and say what he's saying, and that's what's annoying, because y'all literally take whatever somebody said, and as long as it fits with what you're saying, it don't have to be true, it don't have to make sense, it don't have to be in the same category, just as long as it goes with what the fuck you think, then you automatically say it's true, and then you spread that shit like wildfire. And I'm trying to think, what was the thing that I saw? Oh, it was about Tia Mowry, I guess, saying something like she wanted to get back with her husband. It wasn't even true, but people shared it, and I'm like, what is your problem?
Again, they hate
Find
women.
out what's real, and that's the problem. I think that's
just
really the biggest thing that, and we're not going to get into the Diddy trial, but what I do want to get into is accountability, and I think that is really the biggest issue in terms of our relations. So I see we have some folk ready for the next question.
All right.
Before we move on to our next topic, let's look at this question. Okay, here we are. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Which of these wines is known for its sweet and often berry-like, think strawberry or raspberry now, berry-like refreshing flavors most likely to be enjoyed during a day party?
Okay, now think now. Come on now.
Is it Malbec? Is it Syrah?
I done said plenty of times.
Is it White Zinfandel? Is it Grocer? I still don't know how to play.
Oh, and so for some of you guys, if you don't know how to play the game, if you scroll down just a little bit, the answers are down there, and then the submit is under that. If you don't see it, just say. So yes, while we're just gonna stop sharing this for 1 second while we talk about this next chocolate.
So let's do this macchiato.
Okay, macchiato.
This is the white chocolate cup with macchiato cream.
Kind of looks like a glass, or it looks like a bar, or it looks like your bowl of cereal after you've eaten all of your Cocoa Puffs.
Yes, little floaters.
Yeah. Okay, here's the inside. A little half and half action. That's just like coffee. I'm getting coffee beans.
Because I was getting garlic at the very, very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Getting coffee beans. Very silky. It's very good coffee.
Oh.
That made it tannic. Super tannic.
That made it smooth for me.
Oh, wow. What an interesting box of chocolate. Huh. Smooth? Buttery smooth? Wow. That's really good.
Coffee notes and red wine play very well together.
Okay. Pulling up the next question. Here we go. Like I said, scroll down. You'll see the answers and then click submit. This bubbly white wine is known for its crisp and refreshing character, kind of like the feeling of hairspray hitting a freshly braided scalp. Now, some people ain't gonna understand this, but my sisters out there who have had that hair braided
and broke
tight, you're right. My black folk out there gonna have their hair braided tight, and then at the end when they and you get that child, you be like, whoo, fan it up. There we go. Okay, we got a
Prosecco. Okay.
We got someone guessing the right stuff here. Oh, let's see. Pull him up on the leaderboard. All right, Legacy. Thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so before we go to the next question, just really quickly want to discuss what's going on with the Diddy trial. Now, I do not want to get into all of the things that are being said because quite fucking honestly, I wish I had no idea about mouth sores.
Hey, stop. Hey, I don't know about that either. You can keep it. Because I purposely
UTIs that could no longer be cured because of the amount of...
All right. You want to know?
I didn't want to hear about the new husband watching her and Diddy have sex.
I don't. Okay.
There was just so much.
And we will never speak of any of these things again.
The peeing in the mouth of the choking.
That was enough for me. Once that got released, I didn't give a fuck. Well, I don't need to hear nothing else, basically.
Like, there's certain things, like, I get there are certain things that are evidence, but there are certain things that y'all just want to be nasty, and you just want to be in people's business, and you just want to be judgmental. And it's like, we have got to stop. Like, that, whew, it was just way too much. And then at the end of the day, this is the other thing that is just like, again, some things is evidence and some shit is just mess. And it's like, y'all know that a lot of this Diddy case is really cut and dry, but you want to insert the mess, and that's what's causing all of this other shit.
I mean, I don't want to call evidence mess.
Well, no, some of it is mess.
What is mess? Because the thing is, we have to tell you all this stuff to illustrate a picture. So.
And to a degree, yes, but even the judge had to say enough of the baby oil. Even the judge, and so I'm not about to play this game. Some of it is too much, and it needs to stop.
But that's what the nigga did.
But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, some of it we don't have to include. We can get to the point without this overload. And I'm not even saying that to be the person to try to protect Diddy, because that has nothing to do with it. It honestly, I would like for Cassie to have a little bit of privacy in this as well, because
but she was the most abused.
Well, I'm saying if there are things that she, again, I'm not saying that not everything, I'm not saying that there are things that shouldn't be revealed. Maybe she want to tell about the mouth sores. If she want to tell about the mouth sores, tell it, girl.
Well, I mean, you do have to tell about the mouth sores because that's like an added
yes, you should.
Again,
I'm just saying,
that's
if
like
you
somebody
want
knowingly
to tell
giving
about
somebody
the mouth sores,
STD.
Tell them about everything that you want to tell. Let me put it that way. Everything that you absolutely want to tell. And if you want to tell it all, girl. I'm just saying, if there is anything in there that you was like, I really don't feel like talking about this. I feel like they have enough, because quite honestly, after the mouth sores, after the pee, after the baby oil, after the fucking niggas come beat your ass, we really didn't need any more else, to be honest. So I feel that is more of a tactic to devise, is more of a tactic to. And the only reason why I say this is because not only are they just putting in all of this shit, but again, this whole shit about her and the dude, the dude watching her and Diddy fuck. What do that got to do with anything? Now y'all just intentionally trying to confuse more people and get them like, well, maybe she just trying to get revenge. And maybe she did, but now it's like at the end that we can't focus. Maybe she did want to get revenge, but revenge on what? Revenge on the abuse? Revenge on again? We can't even focus on what's actually going on, because there's so much being said that really, again, there's none of our fucking business. We did not need to know that about the nigga watching her and Diddy fuck. We didn't need to know that. And again, if anything, I feel like that hurts Cassie. I feel like, again, that people look at her like, you wasn't being abused. You thought that this was fun. You thought this was a game. The only reason why whatever is because you got some money. And that's just sad. That shouldn't even be the focus. What should be the focus is that people in power shouldn't get to abuse their power, and that should be the focus. And I think that gets so fucking lost when all this other shit is being brought to the table. Now, to play devil's advocate, the whole story do gotta be told. It do. But my God, my fucking eye,
yeah,
and my fucking brain,
yeah, because I'm all that is basically nope. We're not gonna be able to get that. That motherfucker did so much for so long to so many people. It's going to be fucking uncomfortable. If we're uncomfortable listening to it, think how motherfuckers was feeling when they were going through it. And that's what keeps me at bay from a lot of the judgment, from a lot of all this, because honestly, none of this shit is complicated. Yeah. Everybody's putting their personal feelings on the trial, which is making the shit is very cut and dry. Yep. It's very cut and dry. It doesn't make Cassie look bad. It doesn't make her boyfriend or her husband, look bad. It's the shit that happened. We got to tell it because we are here in court. It's trial. If you don't want to know about it, stop. That's why I have not listened to, watched, read any of that, because I already know it's going to be filled with information that is going to make me uncomfortable, that I don't want to know. All I need to know from this point forward is the verdict. I as a outside patron, someone who is not in that courtroom, because everybody in that courtroom needs to hear all of it, because they are the ones that have to make an informed decision to render a verdict. So they have to hear all that. We as the public, we don't need to hear all that, but we have to, because it's media, shit sells, it's sensational. But there's going to be, there would literally be nothing that would come out about Cassie that would be like, oh, you liked it. No. It just,
because you have a full understanding about abuse. And I'm
not even a person that has gone through it. It's just that I understand enough about fucking humanity to not ever say, to look at a something 10-year-old person with a 35, 45 plus year old man with wealth and power and think that girl was going to be able to make any rational fucking decisions. That is what irritates me about this shit the most, is motherfuckers keep acting like she was a grown fucking woman who understood life. Because let's also back it up. There's an artist named Ryan Leslie. I was really into Ryan Leslie back in the day when he was first coming out. Ryan Leslie, for those who don't know, Cassie was signed to him under Next Selection. When she did Got a Long Way to Go, Me and You, and all that shit, he produced and wrote those songs for her. She was his artist. She was his muse. He hooked up with Diddy. He did a few things for Diddy, but once Cassie entered the picture, he basically, I'm going to use air quotes, took Cassie from him. But not only that, he also took his music and blackballed that nigga after that. And pretty much, because he was on the rise. He was becoming that guy. He was doing a lot of stuff with Fabulous and You Be Killing Them and all that other type of shit. But when Cassie first hooked up with Diddy, that's to me where I can see where it's like he knew he had one. And she was young and impressionable. Yeah. She was pretty. She doesn't look like a person that speaks up a lot. Just somebody that wants to go with the flow, because even if you look at the relationship between her and Ryan Leslie, I believe they were dating. Mm-hmm. She was already that type of girl who was going to be under the wing of somebody. Yeah. And they were going to use her like a muse for her to become famous and blah, 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 blah. Like that type of, she was already add water, add mix to that type of relationship anyway. But she ended up with a person that knew more than she did, who actually did not have her best interest at heart, because I don't know Ryan Leslie from a can of paint, but from outside looking in, it would seem that Ryan actually had her best interest as an artist and potentially a lover that Diddy did not have. So I say all that to say, there's nothing in this equation that is ever going to make me think that Cassie was a fully brained, functional adult that understood, especially when you are a young girl getting groomed into it. You become an adult woman, but your brain is still 19. Your brain is still 18 in some cases. And last thing I'm going to say is There were people like, why did she just leave? She left on several occasions, and he found her every time. Well, the one thing I wish I didn't read is on one of those occasions he found her and he raped her and made her come back. So we are dealing with a literal demon of a person doing wild, reckless shit. And people are not understanding that and using that to blame Cassie and to say that, oh, well, after her husband here's all this, he's not going to want her anymore.
Can I ask this? This is the only question I have.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually have two questions, but I first want to ask this only because I think it's good dialogue, especially for people who have these conversations. Because I think that while it is a lot, that the case is really cut and dry for a lot of us, for a lot of people who, number one, have not been in them situations before, and number two, have a bias, especially with celebrity and stuff like that, I think it would be good for them to hear this conversation. So, to you, at what point does a victim have to hold themselves accountable for not being a victim anymore?
When they decide to leave.
Okay, so
when a person decides to leave, because my whole thing is like everything is.
So they can be a victim up until
no, because that's black and white. There's no way to answer that question.
Okay.
There will never be, and that's my whole point.
Right.
There will never be a way to there's never ever in life going to be a perfect victim. People will blame you for the things that you went through.
Right. And that's what I was going to ask you, because, you were very stern with me in the restaurant where you were like, at some point you have to stop. At some point you have to realize. At some point you have to get there. So if I came to you every week, you would at some point be like, bitch, all right now. And so at what point for you, you know what I'm saying? Even though you get to a
that's
point.
Me.
Right. Okay.
That's me putting that on somebody. That I wouldn't take that.
Right.
I'm not you.
Right.
Whatever that is, whatever it is.
Right.
I wouldn't take that.
Let's just use the example that from us in the thing.
I wouldn't take this shit.
Right.
I wouldn't even have gotten it to this point. Because everything I told you in the store would have been not even month, probably by the time he was 3.
Right.
Long fucking time ago.
So, but you can still be not upset with me, but you can still hold me accountable. Be like, girl,
all
this time.
But I can't blame you.
That's holding you accountable, though.
No. I can bring something to your attention.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say you deserve what you got.
No, right. No.
These are two. That's what I'm feeling. Things. People keep conflating that.
That's two.
It's like you get to what the old folks say. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I can only you shit with your kid. Yeah. I can only tell you something so much, but until you finally fucking go to jail for it, you're not gonna understand it. I can tell you all day till you're blue in the face. This man's no good for you. Stop doing that. Blah 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 blah. But all I can do is be a safe place for you, for when you finally want to escape, and because that's not gonna help you as a victim. You're gonna also think, damn, my own friend doesn't give a fuck about me. And that is where your empathy and your compassion has come in. People keep putting themselves in this shit. Well, I would have, it's kind of reminiscent of like in school when they were teaching about slavery, and there was always them kids like, well, I wouldn't have. That wouldn't happen to me. I wouldn't. Yes, it would have. It would have, because that would have been the reality. When you are trapped in a certain type of reality, you feel hopeless. That's just psychologically. That's regardless of race, gender, whatever. When you are in a situation where you feel like you can't get out, you are just rendered hopeless. Excuse me. And not everybody is going to find the strength to get it together. So people die.
Yeah.
People die being abused because they got into a place where they couldn't figure it out. People like yourself or like a Cassie, there were actually people there to help. Yeah. To actually say, when that day comes, we will be there by your side to help you hold this person accountable. Yes. That's what a victim needs. A victim does not need somebody trying to tell them to recount what happened to them. Okay, now where did you go wrong? That shit's going to come later. And that has nothing to do with outside people. That's between you and your fucking therapist. So people always want to put their mouths on you and your situation, but yeah, they may have handled it different, but they're not you, right? And that is the humanity I come in every situation. You're not me, so I can maybe kind of see where you're coming from what you think. Yeah, I wouldn't have did that shit, but we're not talking about me.
But do you also, because again, I've heard, and I'm just asking, I'm not trying to, I really want to know. And again, I feel like it would be helpful for people out here watching who don't have that ability to have the humanity and empathy aspect. And so, like, we've talked about people who are in a situation, their reality, it's awful, but they don't want to do anything about it. So there does have to be a point of accountability.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying that there's never any point of accountability.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm not
people have to stop putting what their definition is or what they feel this person's accountability should look like.
But what I'm saying is when they're coming to you about it, let's just say, we're all watching the whole Cassie situation. Let's pretend I'm Cassie, right? There would be a level of you being like, bitch, I've been told you stop talking to that man. So in that, you still feel, I told you to stop talking to that man. You still feel,
because
it doesn't matter.
Life is, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say.
Nothing you can say.
So what I'm saying is that's what people put too much of themselves in a situation. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. We all got opinions of how some shit could have went down. But you weren't there. It was not happening to you. And it may have went a little bit differently if it was you, but who's the fuck to say? That is my whole thing. You weren't there. It did not happen to you. I can't speak for your mind state. As a outside looking in, as a person who's not getting raped repeatedly, as a person who's not getting beaten repeatedly, as a person who's not being defecated on, as a person who's not being pissed on, I got 1,000 things I could say. But it's not me. I'm not there. I don't know what promises were made. I don't know what lies were told. There's a scene in because this is kind of like the R. Kelly situation too. People we're so gung-ho about the parents being held more accountable than R. Kelly. And that is again, that's where we lose the plot, because there's still the essence of, I don't want this person to go down for this because they make me feel like XYZ. I like their music. I remember going to their concert. They sang for my mama, whatever the fuck it is.
And I think there's an element of capitalism in that as well.
So
there's a lot of capitalism,
especially in the case like Cassie's. This was purely capitalism driven. Purely. But anyway, there's a scene in What's Love Got to Do with It, right? Now, this is before she becomes Tina Turner as we know her. This is what she's still Ann. And she's living with her mom, who abandoned her, by the way. It's a whole nother ball of wax. But and that's another thing, too. We don't know what people are already dealing with to create the level of acceptance that they have. We don't know what type of abandonment, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And most predators already can seek that out on you because they have usually been abused in the same type of way. So they see you. Anyway. But there was a scene in there where she sang for Ike. He loved it, whatever. He wants her to go on the road, but she's 16 at the time or whatever. Again, young. Again, 30-something plus year old old man. But that was okay for the time. Keep in mind, coming to her mama's house to sweet talk her mother into letting her go out on the road. Now, to those R. Kelly people's point. Yes, you are the parent. You're supposed to be able to da-da-da-da-da. But again, on psychology standpoint, the same people that are trying to absolve him of wrongdoing are the same people that would have given their children to him. Those are the same person that would have given their children to him. Okay? So we step that back now. So in the scene, he's sweet talking to mama, whatever. And she's from street too. She wasn't shit either, but I digress. So she picked up what he's putting down, we're gonna take real good care of her. We're gonna be in the finest, this, and that. Because we as people celebrity worship, whether we want to admit it or not. There is a part in our brain that believes just because somebody is rich or famous that they don't do wrong, they don't do drugs, there's nothing illegal about them, da-da-da-da. Well,
that you're gonna get what you want.
Exactly. And so, and they're building it up like that, like you're going to. So, and you think, well, this will never happen to me again. This is a once in a lifetime. There's a lot of things that play in there, right? And the mom was thinking like, well, shit, I finally get me some money. You know, this girl make me some blah, 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 whatever it is.
I'm sure she's probably thinking about like back in the old days, like they was doing.
Okay. So anyway, to wrap this up. So in the scene, right, he's sweet talking to mama. Oh, we gonna take care of da. And yeah, my man, you know, they crushed some of your roses outside. And they gave her like $500, like crispy $500. And she's like, oh, okay.
Not like $5,000 back then.
Right. So then he leaves and she goes, looks outside, and the flowers are untouched. This is what I'm saying to you.
Crushed her actual flower.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying to you, folks. All of this mouth y'all got about Cassie and other victims of conglomerate level abusers.
Yeah.
You can really wipe your ass with that. Yeah. We're talking about people that are living in a world that we will never understand.
Now I understand. Now I get it. What the issue is, because you and I, we kind of went back and forth about this. Like, was it last year, 2 years ago, something that?
Oh wow!
Because it's been a minute.
It
was in front of the Rose Wall. That's how long ago this shit was. It was in front of the Rose Wall. So I get it. You said it to me one time. You said, "Is it because she got paid?" And that's why people are upset. It's because you can't really give justice to that situation in someone's mind if they got paid for it, because people go purposely to be victimized for that situation. Now, not saying that you can't be a victim and, you know what I'm saying, in that, but now I understand why people remove the humanity aspect of it, because if there wasn't the capitalist portion of the whole idea, people would feel sorry for Cassie because you got shitted on for no reason. But people feel like because you got shitted on and you got $10 million that they can't feel sorry for you. And that's not right, because at the end of the day, money doesn't fix everything. It does feel good. It does at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I also, with all that money, you guys, with all that money, I would want to die if y'all thought that I had mouth sores in my mouth from a prostitute, whoever, mouth sores, UTIs out the wazoo. Bitch, I don't give a how much money. Okay, there's some things that you just like, I am okay. I don't need the mouth sores in my mouth for the rest of my life to have, so I can have comfort and security. There's so many other ways we can get that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is really what's sad, is that that's the message that gets sent out for other people, because they're like, well, all I got to do is get shitted on now and everything will be fine. But all in it, you will end up a shell of a person, and really, again, having to have these very unfortunate debates with people like us, or not even have unfortunate debates, watch people debate about this, and not in a way that I feel we do is respectful. I feel we try to be very nasty. There's so much that is said.
They get very, and then again, like that leads into the lack of actually the gravity of what is being said in this courtroom. Yeah, because people are so jaded.
Yes,
you know,
and jealous.
Yeah, and my whole thing about,
and you're jealous of someone like, oh, okay, never mind. She didn't. She got peed on and choked up.
I mean, at this
rate, it's still close though. But it's like, you realize who you being jealous of, girl?
He is not that far away from doo-doo.
It is right there.
But my whole thing about this getting paid shit.
You sure got paid because you choked on pee. But see, now you telling folk to go choke on. No, we don't want to tell you to do that.
And I thank you, because that's dangerous what you're doing.
Yes,
that does not mean that.
You're right. You're absolutely
right. Does not mean
but that's
that.
what people think,
and that's wrong.
It is,
and that's never going to be right, and that's never going to. That's never going to shape my opinion about what's going on, because everything, that's like saying, okay, a drunk driver hits a family of 4 and only one person lives, and then that person should just be able to go on for the rest. No.
What?
If a drunk driver hits a family of 4, yes, and everybody fucking dies,
yeah,
he's going to jail.
Yes,
that family is going to get money for that.
Yes.
So I don't understand.
Well, that's like a family of 4 looking for the for the driver.
No,
And I'm not saying
no, it's not even the family. Your insurance does that.
Yes.
You don't even fucking do that. Your insurance does that.
Yes.
How it plays out in the court of law is that even if you did not do it intentionally, you still have to pay some sort of restitution.
Yes.
The same rule applies in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to someone, and they're either going to pay, they usually pay with both jail time and money.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so, again, because they keep conflating with the jealousy of, with the dumbass reasoning of, well, same thing with the same people like, I wish I had a man that loved me enough to shoot me in the foot. Do you understand how fucking dumb that sounds?
They would be like, well, at least I got $5,000. It is just, and it's sad, but niggas kill each other for less.
Yes.
And that's why it's like, if we kill each other for less, we got to be better, but we can't.
But then also people aren't being killed by multimillionaires. That's why I keep saying this is a specific case of what's going on.
Who's not being killed by multimillionaires?
I'm talking, the average person is not being killed by a multimillionaire to be able to go and sue for millions of dollars.
Right.
But if a person who withstood a long history of abuse from a person,
they should be able to get millions of dollars, but most of them don't, because they don't.
But again,
to pick the multimillionaire.
It's not even about. It's not even about picking. Mm-hmm. It's about coercion.
Yeah, that's
what I think.
That's them picking that person.
Yes, yes. The victim is picked. Yes, the victim don't do the picking.
Right.
I need people to fucking get that together.
Well, they don't do it on purpose.
Yeah,
they don't pick on purpose. They might have picked because she. You know what I'm saying?
She accepted.
Right.
She accepted. He pursued her.
Right.
There's nothing on record of Cassie going after this motherfucker. Right. I could see your point if this was a known gold digger, and it still wouldn't make
even
anything.
Then, y'all would say it still wouldn't be right.
But I could understand the ire that people have. This was a girl that was picked up, poached rather, because what I just told you, she was poached off another nigga. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're young, you hot, you think shit is, you think. You don't know how serious life is, so you gonna go over there. Mm-hmm. That's just common sense. People keep acting
enamored like by the money. Too.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. People keep acting like they wouldn't do the same shit.
That's what I mean.
And then you realize, oh, I'm in too deep now.
Yes.
That's all the fuck that happens to these people.
Yes.
R. Kelly wife, all the motherfuckers. They start a narcissist, a predator. The devil is never ugly. Mm-hmm. The devil is enticing. Mm-hmm. The devil is always something that you want. Even if you bring up sinners, even if you were told that this is bad, this I want it, and it ain't gonna be that bad.
Everything that glitter ain't gold, baby. Everything that glitter ain't gold.
So that's my whole thing. It's like, and there's nothing that's gonna come out in this trial that's ever gonna make me point a finger at Cassie,
which is good, as it shouldn't. I think, again, for me, it was more so understanding where people's ability to take the humanity out of it. And again, I think I addressed it, whatever it was 2 years ago, where it's like, okay, niggas think because she got paid that she shouldn't get empathy, which is wrong. I don't think that that's right, but I understand it at the same time.
All right,
so with the next question, hopefully you guys took some time. Hold on. Let me just, before we do that. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. Well, I was trying to pause it. But anyways, that's the old one. Yes. Okay, so yes, take some time. Garrett, get your stuff.
They already answered this one.
Right, I know. There was more people that were logged in. So I was trying to give people more time to scan the QR code, come in if you want to. If not, it's fine. We'll go to the next one. She got 10 seconds. Okay. Roman 7 beige. I bet like it's hot. Amen. Well, with mine, I take them in and make them multiply. Okay.
And the last thing I'm gonna say about that is that I've heard other people's stories of going through abuse. And when you are you think you love somebody, whatever, it's just there's people that accept the worst shit from their baby daddy and ain't getting peed on. Ain't getting hit. Right. Just accepting the worst. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all go out here and accept the worst for zero. Who have no money.
For zero.
But you want to sit up here and point the finger at a girl that took the absolute shit from a nigga that got money?
Exactly.
Like we gotta pick a struggle.
But I also get if niggas go off now and go try to do that.
And
because
they
think, and you
that's
said
not
that's
going to work.
stupid.
But that's not going to work out for them, because that's going to
happens.
get found out in the court of law. Much like this, like the white girl trying to shake down Shannon Sharp. Yeah, is it weird? Yeah, is it creepy? But bitch, you participated.
Right. But people would then turn around and say that Cassie participated with this text message, which you know how abuse works. You actually understand how abuse works. The whole world don't. So that's why it's annoying, because then you got this other side of people who actually not being abused that go and do this bullshit. We digress. Next question. Here it is. Which of these red wines is often described as having notes of dark fruit like blackberry and plum, making the sip deep and smooth like the Quiet Storm R&B radio station? Now, I just want to just bring that up real quick, because bitch, you remember that? The Quiet Storm.
I remember Midnight Love, nigga. Like, they don't... Nobody's in love anymore.
I don't remember Midnight Love.
Yeah, Midnight Love used to come on after Comics View, and then right before Uncut.
Child, let's see. Oh, we had an answer here. Someone said Rosé. Very close, very close. Rosé is very nice. I mean, it does have, some smooth and, Quiet Storm qualities, because Rosé is good.
I feel like Rosé was more like the one before it, with the one outside with the berries. That's what I thought at first before I saw Lights of Fendale.
Yes.
But if you notice, it's me in the picture.
Yes.
What
in the red room.
I am the Kountess of Kabernet.
Yes, she is.
We gave you a hint.
We did.
Last question.
One more. This one's easy. This is the good bonus question. The first Wines and Chocolate Show episode was filmed on a balcony. Who knows? True or false? Do we like the gifts? I thought the gifts were good. This is Marlon. And then this is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Two prominent Black folk. I thought it was great.
I feel like we got this wine fairly.
I know. I don't know how much is left.
I don't either. That's the thing about the bottle you can't see.
I know. You can't see anything. Okay, here it is. Woo! Okay, let's check out the leaderboard. Okay,
Legacy 3 points.
Let's go. Let's see. Does it even show? Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. With that, Legacy, we're going to make sure you get some wine and chocolate inspired prizes.
Please DM us on either one of these platforms of your choice, your name, your preferred social media handle, and an address.
Yes.
And a phone number.
Email us, reach out to us on Instagram, say yes, I was Legacy. We will definitely send you those wines and chocolates prizes. And we'll shout you out on the show. Okay, like, hey, go follow them. So yeah, all right, we got one last chocolate.
This one smells like
the bowl of cereal.
Smells like Cocoa Pebbles.
Oh
yeah.
There you go. Cocoa.
Hazelnut.
Yep, that's it right now. Hazelnut. Yummy.
Hazelnut is the rich man's peanut.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess we covered everything. Yeah, you know what, y'all? Accountability. That's really it for everybody. And really, once everybody gets accountability, we'll have a better life. We will be blessed. We will be organized. We're gonna be, protecting of our energy. We're gonna be discerning. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I was really just disappointed, honestly, in humanity this last week, because we just had Mother's Day, and then y'all just did all the mothers and the women it was like Black fatigue. No, but it was just it was just exhausting.
Ghetto fatigue.
Yeah. Ghetto fatigue for sure. It was just exhausting to see more men and women arguing about things, and blaming women for things when really, if we just took accountability, it's not hard, y'all. It really is not going to be the end of the world.
It is hard for some people because
you're right.
You to accept accountability, that means you have to change.
Yeah.
And people are not willing to change their mindsets. They're not willing to change their lives. They're not willing to accept the fact, like we said about the whole MAGA thing, all these people trying to be, oh, well, Trump is bad. We told you this. The circle back kills me. But has to happen.
Yeah. Either way, I just find it very disturbing, the depths of entitlement and delusion that we're heading towards, because it's really, there were certain things like we could like agree on, but now it's just like it's so polar opposite, and I'm just very concerned about that. And I really just want us to do better, and that's really the only reason why I like to talk about a lot of this stuff, is because I really just want us all to get better, to think, collectively about how we can treat each other better and make this world a better place, because this is all we got. I know we would like to just get up on the rocket ship, ride on off to Mars, but I don't know if Elon is going to make enough room, especially for Black people.
No, I'm so glad you said it, because like we need our own
planet. And when we need our own planet, we need like the real niggas.
Or no.
It can't be just
let
brown
them go.
folk.
Let them go. Because if they leave us Earth,
well, then we can just have Earth.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
We can just have Earth, because they're gonna get eaten up by Martians, because their colonialism and their white supremacy is gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire on that planet, and they're gonna get eaten alive while we're down here reclaiming Africa, reclaiming America.
It's probably
taking over
when the
Europe.
World will start over.
Yeah, growing trees, rebuilding the rainforest. You know what I'm saying?
Replenishing.
We're just replenishing, because we have all of these vampires, all these leeches gone. Some of you can stay, because some of y'all procreated with us, so some of you can stay. But the vast majority, get on that rocket ship, baby. You and Elon and Jeff and Mark and all the rest of them. Yeah.
If you all enjoyed this episode, please like it, subscribe. If you enjoy the game, play it. No, but for real, if you have some suggestions for fun games or trivia things, we would love to do that. I had fun with the game. I thought it was a good time. I hope you learned a little something. Learned about Prosecco and Zippendale and Pinot and all those things. That's what we're here for. We just want to make this a fun time, learn a little bit, drink a little bit, and, send you off into your week to enjoy that, just enjoy all that life has for you. So with that, I really love this episode. Make sure y'all check out the pairing.
Yes, please. 24th of May, the last day.
Yep.
50% off
bottles. This big ass bottle, child.
25?
This is a championship reserve.
And we got a Valentine's.
Yes.
But we not gonna open that until 2026.
We're gonna wait. Oh, before we go.
Oh, yes. We got to show you guys, because again, like we said about the pairing, this episode is dedicated to supporting your local wine and spirits places. So I went to my local liquor store down the street and I eat, and look what I found. Let's move this out of the way.
Yes, get this fuck out of here.
Yeah. Look what I found. I found a Robert Mondavi private selection 3-bottle collection.
Wow.
And you know what's special about these, gang?
What is special?
They're all barrel aged. We have, let's just do
this. Opening, unboxing.
Unboxed.
Watch the unboxing. Ta-da. Take that. Sorry.
As a Black, that is one of the things that hurts me.
I know
the most. It's like
so much that we
and that's why I have so much more or lack of empathy or much more smoke for people like that is because, again, I've said it before, you are a Black person. Not even a man, not even a woman. You're a Black individual person in America. You already know what the deal is. You worked so hard to get where you were, to get the respect that you have, to get the accolades, only for you to throw it away over sexual deviancy and then use race as a reason for support. And that just really upsets me because we grew up with you more than likely. You are part of our childhood. You're part of Black culture. You're part of Black pop culture lexicon. And to now hear R. Kelly and
we gotta throw it away.
You know what I'm saying? Or to now
can't listen to it anymore.
Girl, there was Honey. The Honey remix came on from Mariah Carey, a Bad Boy remix. And I was just like, why?
You just get disappointed.
Very. Anywho, so Robert Mondavi has a barrel-aged, rye barrel-aged red blend. We also have a bourbon barrel-aged Cabernet Sauvignon.
That's going to be deep in.
Spoiler alert, I've had this before. It's good. And we're going to do that with the chocolates. So our faces can go numb. All right. With that 80% chocolate, it's going to happen. I had an 88% before. Top out. And then last, but certainly not least, a rum barrel-aged Merlot.
That's going to be mine. Good old rum.
Guess what year these are, friend?
2022?
2018.
Oh, nice.
2018, girlie.
Okay.
These are 2018.
So they've been in the barrel.
Oh, and 2019.
Okay.
So these got some age on them, honey. So I am excited.
I was going to say, you don't have to. I'm just put them in there. Pop them in the fridge. Oh, okay. That works too. Okay.
So we're going to be doing that. And then we also bought our chocolates. Make sure that you're following us on social media so you can see where we got our chocolates from. But yeah, again, support your local grocers, support your local spirits and wines and all that good stuff. Again, B.O.B. is real, y'all. We ball on a budget out here and we want to support local because we want to keep those things around. Yeah, of course, you could go to Walmart, you can go to Price Chopper, you can go to Publix, Sam's, you could go to wherever you want to get whatever you want. But it's all about the experience and finding something that maybe they don't have.
And supporting your girls because we be baking and shit.
She be baking. I did none of this.
Be baking.
She be baking.
Right. I did bake this sourdough. So yeah, I mean, we do stuff like that on the show too when we trying to cook.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember we did the steaks? Y'all remember we did the fish? Y'all remember them things?
Sourdough bread.
Yes.
But no, support your local people, man. I mean, hey, I don't know very many monopolizing CEOs, okay? Like, we've got to band together. I tell people in the wine business about this all the time. You know, speaking of which, if y'all ever want to make a little extra money, if you drink wine, you can make money with your wine. Hit us up. We would definitely tell you about that. Up to 35%. So, yeah, just support each other, man. We love you guys. Thank you so much for all of the support of our show. Yes. We're going strong now. Yes. We're going to be ramping up more content, you know, as you saw the lovely interview with Bat. So, you know, get into it, guys. Get into the game.
Get into it, yep.
It's a lot of stuff going on. So we love y'all. My name is Jasmine J, a.k.a. The Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Kountess of Kabernet.
And together we are Wines and Chocolate. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.